I'm looking for any information, no matter how minor, about Joyce Vincent.
On the 25th of January 2006, a lady named Joyce Vincent was found dead in her apartment in North London. What they soon discover about this story is that she was found sitting and her TV was still on, flickering away. The shocking thing is she actually died nearly 3 years ago and they just discovered her 3 years after. Now that's a creepy story. Let's dive in. Hi everyone, how are you all doing? And to my new subscribers, you are welcome to my channel. I am the media playboy, girl with the media vibes, and as usual, I am here to give you twists and tales where every story takes an unexpected turn. Okay, so today, guys, there has been this story that has been on my script for a while, but I don't know why I didn't talk about it since. Maybe I just felt like it wasn't the time, or probably other things were more important to me. But today I just decided to share it with you guys because I discovered that there's a lot of things that feels like there's some missing pieces of the puzzle. And this is also something that a lot of people would have probably asked themselves as well. So this story talks about Joyce Vincent. This actually happened. It's a documentary review that I'm doing here. So this actually happened. This lady named Joyce Vincent, beautiful lady, an English woman, of course, and she was found dead in her apartment nearly 3 years after she died. So she died in December 2003 and she was only found on the 25th of January 2006. Now that's really creepy. I have so many questions that I kept asking myself when I was doing some research about the story here. And one of those things is, first off, with all the meals that were in front of our house, with all the junk, how come nobody even bothered? Like neighbors couldn't bother to knock, to check on the person. I don't know, the Nigerian in me would actually go and say, hey neighbor, what's up? Nobody has heard from you. Hello. And I'll keep knocking or something. But I find it creepy that for 3 years, nobody could even smell anything. Like that's really strange. The saddest thing is the state they found her in. Normally you would find someone who is dead, probably lying down or something, but she was sitting. Her TV was still on. And then she had a shopping bag and a lot of Christmas gifts around her. So who brought the gifts? How long were they there? And then how come nobody was able to alert the police? How come nobody could smell anything? How come no one could check up on her? There's a whole lot to this story that I'm going to be sharing. So stay tuned. So let's talk about her early life here. Joyce was born on the 19th of October 1965, and then she had a dad who was of African descent and a mom. Her dad's name, she had a dad, his name is Lawrence, and he was of African descent, and her mom Louise was of Indian descent. Yeah, so she also had 4 older sisters, and then for some reason she didn't have a connection with her dad. She lost her mom when she was 11. She didn't have a connection with her dad, and then she actually even claimed that her dad died in 2001. By then he was still alive, but later on her dad died in 2004. She went on all girls high school, but at the age of 16 she dropped out of school. Now that's another thing. What made her drop out of school? Was she feeling some sort of way? Was there something that life was giving her? Was it something that she couldn't just talk to anybody about? I just feel like at some point or some stage, there's a way someone acts that someone close to them, like sisters or something, would feel that energy and probably recommend maybe seeing a therapist or something. But I'm just surprised that nobody did anything about it here. So at a point in life, of course, while she got older, she went into the music industry. She even attended Mandela's international tribute to South Africa, some concert, yeah. And then at the end of it all, everybody was like, what's going on with her? Because she started cutting off a lot of people, friends, and everybody was wondering what was happening. So she started working as a secretary first. Then later she got another job in some there for 4 years, then resigned around March 2000. Okay, so nobody even knows what's really happening with her. Soon after, she decided to go to some domestic violence shelter and was working as a cleaner in a budget hotel close by here. So, what would make her go to a domestic violence shelter in the first place? There were a lot of missing pieces here because she wasn't sharing her story with a lot of people. Probably she was trying to avoid the person that violated her or something. I don't really know, but I feel like she could have communicated so people would get to understand what was going on in her life, because I just feel like there were a lot of lapses somewhere that somebody needed to talk to her or understand what was going on in her head. Yeah. Now, another thing is, from that moment on, that was where I think it was around November 2003 that she started feeling some way. She started throwing up, and what she was throwing up was, blood. She went to the hospital and then discovered that she had peptic ulcer. Yeah, so she was in the hospital for about 2 days thereabout, and then once she got better, she came back to the domestic shelter. At the end of the day, December that very same year, because she was in the hospital around November, so December that same year, she was in her apartment, and that was when she kicked the bucket and nobody even realized this. I mean, I thought maybe there would be like a nurse or the hospital would check up on her, or neighbors would check up on her or something. And then the bills that were coming, who were they going to? I expected that the person even bringing the bills would knock or ring the bell or something. So there's just a whole lot of strange things here. Was the apartment or the domestic violence shelter she was staying in, is it that nobody was around there, nobody lived there apart from her? Because from what I saw or what I researched, a lot of people were actually staying there, yeah, and they actually had their own domestic violence stories. So, but people didn't understand why she never shared hers and why she decided to stay there. But definitely, like I said, there's a whole lot of missing pieces that people are still asking till today. Now, there's actually a movie or a documentary about her case. Let me call it a documentary movie about Joyce's story, and it's called Dream of Life, which was released in 2001. So you're going to be seeing the trailer while I'm talking, yeah? So, but I want people to watch this. I would personally even watch it myself, so I could just get to understand. It may not be the same, but at least it's intriguing. It's a fascinating and chilly story at the same time, because, I mean, finding someone in that state and only to be discovered like years after, not even months after or a week after, it's really something that I feel there's a lot of loneliness around what happened to her. There's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of misunderstanding, there's a whole lot to it. And you know, this kind of feeling where maybe you feel people around you don't understand you, or you can't explain to them what's going on, and then you now find a guy and you think that, oh wow, my life is going to be better, he's going to finally understand me, only to now be violated by this guy. So I can't really relate to her story, but it is just so sad, guys. And I'm making this video not necessarily talking about or reviewing her story, but simply because I just feel it's important that people around should check up on other people. If you're going out every day and you see someone, just try to always have this. Say a nice word to someone, say something that could encourage someone, say something that could make someone feel better. And then if you have neighbors, or if you come a person that has a whole lot of neighbors, I mean, in my country, I know that definitely, like, once you have neighbors, they're definitely going to come around or even ask you for something like, can I borrow your pot, or can I have some salt or sugar or something? So I'm just surprised that no one actually checked up or found it. No one was curious to know. I mean, I've not seen this neighbor, or she hasn't come out of our apartment for a while, and it's not like I ever saw her packing out. So something really definitely is going on. Anyway, guys, check out the movie. I know it's been a while, but if you want to just have a glimpse of the story, you can check out the movie Dreams of Life. That's all for today, guys. See you next time. Until then, go find your asa. Take you from the Media Playboy.